Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for checking out my channel, Dance Music Tutorials. This is a video that I'm making in response to a question or a request. A viewer was asking if it was possible if I could create a video that would show somebody who is starting out, not very familiar with programming beats or anything like that in Logic Pro. So this video is going to be exactly about that. I'm going to show you from a really simple point to understand how I'm going to be creating some music from scratch, beat making. So what I have here is I've opened up Logic Pro 9. I do have a few tracks already or channels set up here in my view. I've got some audio stuff here, and then I've got some external gear that I have set up here. And then down here I've got one internal instrument from Logic. It's a trance remix drum kit. So first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and open up this drum kit, and I'm actually gonna put a different drum sound that I'm gonna use on this kit. So I'm just gonna navigate to some samples that I have. Let's see here. So right now I'm just looking for a drum sound that I want to use. I think I'm going to try 54. You can just pick your sample up by holding down the left mouse button and then selecting which drum sound you want to put it on. Over here you see that this is highlighted kind of gray, and that means that I'm going to assign this sample directly to this main kick sound right here. So I'm going to basically now on my keyboard I can play that sound, that sample. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and set my tempo to about 100 and let's do 134. And you can adjust your tempo by just clicking on it with your mouse, your left mouse button, and hold it down and drag up. 134. I'm going to draw a box in here by selecting the pencil tool. You can get this little pop-up menu, hold your left mouse button down, pencil tool, and then you can click on the screen for that track, next to that track, and it'll actually put that box in here. So now once you have the box in this view, you can just switch back to your arrow and you can just double click on it, and then you'll have this piano roll that opens up down here. And then you just need to find your key where your sound is, or you could just play it in. Select the pencil tool again, and I already know where my drum sound is, so I can just draw it in here, just like that. And now it'll play that back. You can click on the piano roll button and it'll hide that window. And I've got my loop set up here to just loop. As you can see here, you can draw with your mouse, and it'll just holding on your left mouse button and drag over to the right, and it'll loop that section in green. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and press play and listen to my drum kick sound. Okay, just a regular drum kick. I'm going to go ahead and add a new track in here. I'm duplicating this track actually, and you can do that by just clicking this button right here. It says new track with duplicate settings. So I basically just duplicated this track right here. But if I wanted to use a different drum kit sound, I could certainly do that. Or if I want to use a different instrument altogether, you can do that too if you have those virtual instruments set up, or if you bought them, you can use the sound. So anyway, just click on Alter Beat, hold down your left mouse button. I'm going to use one of my other internal instruments here. going to use the albino from LinPlug here. Let's see, actually it's right here, albino 3. Okay, select it. It'll open up, and I am looking for drum sounds here, drums and percussion, so I'll select that, and looking for some hi-hats. Let's see here, claps, hi-hats, here we go, hi-hats. I think I'm going to go with 2. I think 2 sounded okay. Or 1. I'll go with 2 for now. I can always change it later if I want. So again, select your pencil tool, draw it in, open up the track, the piano roll, select your pencil tool, and then put your hi-hats in. I'm gonna play it. Okay. Now I've got some hi-hats going. Okay. How about some hand clap? Let's add some hand clap now. So I'll go ahead and do that and open up albino. Go back in. Claps. I don't know if I like those. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on a quantize real quick. So what I'm going to do right now on the piano rolls, I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the volume of this sound here. You can just click on it and it'll open it up, and then right here where it says the VAL, you can just hold down the left mouse button and drag it down. You can double click and then you can just type it in also, 85 or whatever, 82. Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and add in a bass line or something. So for that, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Nexus. So I'll go ahead and just insert another track here by clicking this, duplicating it. Go down here to the I/O, hold down the left mouse button, and this time I'm going to go ahead and use, let's see here, right here, Nexus 2, stereo, and I want a bassline sound, so I'm going to select bass, and now I've automatically, I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. I'm going to just look at some of these other sounds. So the cool thing about the Nexus is you've got some really cool ARPs. So I'm going to click on the ARP, click the little power button here to turn it on. It's a pretty plain ARP, but you can click on the library and then there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Cool thing about the library in the Nexus 2 is you can select templates, I guess you could call them. They're already set up for you. You can open them up, and then you can change them the way how you want. Make them sound any way you want. And then you can obviously, mess around with the cutoff stuff. And there's a ton of them in here, so you're really... So let's say I wanted to play that. So let's say I didn't like that sound. I could just change my sounds and keep looking until I found something that I was happy with. So I think that sounds kind of cool. So I'll play around with the ARP on this and see what I can come up with. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in now and I'm going to add that in there. So I want to go a little bit lower here. Too low. So I found my key that I want. So now I'm going to stretch this note out the entire length. Let's see here, right out there. Okay, so I got a funky little beat going there, and I want to go ahead and add some more sounds in. So I'm just going to duplicate my track again. And I'm going to open up Nexus. And I'm going to go ahead and select a different instrument this time. So go back to my library. And let's see here. What will I take? Maybe something kind of fantasy and dreams. So I'll take fantasy and dreams. And let's see here what kind of sounds there are. All right, I'm looking for something else in a different folder. So let's see. No, not that. Let's see, plucked. So I found a sound that sounds kind of catchy, so I'll probably just use that. So 3 simple keys that'll match with my melody. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch my ruler out here just another bar, and I'm going to loop these guys here by selecting them and then hitting loop. And now, as you can see, they're gray. That means they're going to loop. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record my melody here. First I'm going to play it. There it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this track, and I'm going to add another melody right on top of it. The same instrument, just a little higher pitched, and a little bit offbeat to the original groove. So again, I'll play it. So what I want to do is I want to shorten these notes now because they sound a little long to me, and I want them to be really short. So I'll shorten them here by just holding down my left mouse button and clicking on them and making them shorter. So let's see how that sounds now. Now what I'm doing is I'm actually just bringing the volume down some. Okay, so my beat's coming along, my groove's coming along, and I'm gonna actually save my work because I really like this. I think it's pretty good, and it's got some potential. Let's see, new beat. Okay, save it, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert another track now, and I'm gonna open up. Let's see right here. Maybe this time I'll take a sound directly out of Logic Pro 9. So let's see what we'll use. ES2. Let's try that. Now I just need to find a sound that I like. Okay. I'm going to add some kind of reverb to this. Let's see. Let's see if we can use this. Maybe some delay. A little bit of delay here. Sample delay. Let's see. Let's do stereo delay. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking for a sound that I can fill in some more of the space that I have. So I've got a melody, it's catchy, I got a beat that's catchy, I got some good percussions. It's pretty simple, not a whole lot going on, but it's starting to sound like a song now. So I'm going to play around and see what kind of melody I can come up with to fill in between these other two sounds. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll actually solo a few tracks together so I can listen to what the new melody will sound like when I add it all in together. But for now, I'm just playing around with the beat, hearing everything together, what it's going to sound like. Okay, so I kind of have an idea what I'm going for here, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. I'm just going to stretch this out to 7, and I'm going to duplicate this track here. I've got my track already selected, just need to make sure I'm on the right. It's already highlighted. All I'm going to do now is do Command C, Command V, V, and then that's perfect. It goes exactly to 7, and it'll duplicate here. Also, let's see, I need to make sure that this one's looped. There, okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play around until I can get this exactly the way I want it, and then I'll move on to the next part. So. Actually, that's not right. This actually doesn't need to be looped the whole time. Let's see, I just need to have it actually looped at 3 and then at 5. So I'm gonna copy this piece. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put it right at 5, and that should work now. That should sound right. because I don't want it to repeat the whole time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the sound a little bit right here. So I want everything to be shorter. So I just kind of mark the areas where I want my sounds to be. I put everything above the notes. But what I'm going to do next to fix the problem is I'll select my regular pointer and I'll just grab all of these and I'll just pull them down one. Now they're where they're supposed to be. Now let's just select everything in here and put it on quantize. And then it should be exactly the way how I want it to sound. I'll do 1/16 here. So everything should be right on note. So I want that to repeat, so I'm just gonna, I already have it selected, I'm on the right track, so I'll just do Command C, Command V, and then I'll paste it again. So now it should repeat. So anyway, that's to kind of give you an idea as to how easy it is to create beats, you know, using Logic Pro 9. I'm using a Mac. I'm using REFX, Nexus 2, and Albino 3 to create this sound. That's what I use to make this. Pretty simple, pretty easy to use. Sound and system. So if you like what you see, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for more cool videos.